This is the Bullseye Podcast.
Oh, we're breaking new ground every time. And yes, you were wondering, we are now in Australia. That's right, we are down under. And for that, I will be boxing a kangaroo. This is Bullseye on the Bullseye Podcast, on the Bullseye Network, on the Bullseye Frequency, down under.
Everybody wants you. Everybody wants you.
Get ready for the big match between Bullseye
Get ready
and
to
the
rumble.
Kangaroo.
Did I hear that right? You're going to go with a kangaroo?
We
Holy
might go,
smokes.
just to celebrate, we now have picked up audience in, you got asked that the other day, in Australia.
So we're in. Okay.
We're in.
We got New Zealand. We got Australia. So we got the down under countries.
Yes.
Nice. Good job.
Crocodile
Good job. How you doing?
Dundee. I'll bring my floppy.
Get the hat on. Get the hat. What's that other guy? He died, right? The guy was he from Australia? The guy
Yeah,
with
right.
the
The guy
animals?
with the animals. He died. He got bit by a stingray or something. What a fool. And now his son is getting bit by stingrays. And
He
his
was good
daughter.
though. He had a personality, right? He had
Hey,
the hat on and
Australians
the
are such
boots.
nice people.
Yeah.
You like me. I could never be Australian. I curse too much. I mean,
No,
you know what I mean?
no.
I'd be saying
Well, you're
bloody
adventurous.
every other word, you know.
They're adventurous, and you're adventurous, so you got that in
Yeah,
common.
but not that
right?
way. Like, I don't like bugs, and I don't like, the woods, and, I'm adventurous when it
Oh,
comes
yeah,
to
right.
people.
Right.
Take my gambles.
man.
Take my gambles.
Bullseye in Australia. That would be like a movie.
Yes.
You know?
Well, hey,
Bullseye's
look, we're
adventurous,
we're
right?
making headway. We
With
have an
boots
audience.
and the hat.
Yeah. Yes, down under. I'll put
That
some.
tan outfit.
And I'll put some
some
shrimp on the Barbie. With the
Oh man, I'd pay to see
I'll get
that.
a couple
I'd
of
pay to
pet
see that.
koalas, and we'll do the show from Australia
And a kangaroo, right?
with Bo Derek.
The kangaroo.
With Bo Derek.
fine.
Okay.
What are we talking about today? What's
Hey,
going
it's
on? I'm in
football. Hey,
suspense.
so we're in what? We're week 3 of football, right? Week 3,
Yeah,
and
just finished week 3.
the Packers
Yep.
pulled the game out, right? Well, the Jets
Pulled it out, high scoring.
The,
Yep.
the Jets
How'd you do?
blow again, so it's like a joke. So
Are they
I'll be
0-3
watching.
now, I guess?
I'll be watching Happy Days the rest of the fall.
They're torture. They're torture to watch, to be a fan of. I gotta believe, right?
I think Ken O'Brien was better than what's his name?
Oh, they got no QB again.
Well,
Yeah.
I just see he looks like one, but I don't know. Here we go again. Can Bill Parcells come back, please? Because that's what we need. We need Bill Parcells.
Yeah, I
What are
think
you
you need
gonna
more
do?
than that.
I-
You need Joe Namath.
like I'm
you
still
need Joe Namath.
right. I'm
Get
still
Joe Namath back.
Joe Will.
Bring him
He's
back.
77.
I think he could do it still. What do you think? Bring him back.
Not on
Come
this
on.
team. No, name it. Yeah,
No?
you know I do so much. I'm still not into football 100%. You would think a sports guy would be, but I'm starting to warm up as the season goes.
Warming up as it goes on.
And
Okay.
I'm
That's
rooting
good.
for Tampa Bay. I hate to say it. I'm
What?
actually rooting. Yeah.
Bay. I don't even know anybody like them except for people from Tampa Bay. What's
Yeah.
the deal with them?
Well, Brady's
You
on
like
the team.
them?
I kind of like Brady. Is that bad things? I like Brady.
Oh, that's why. Okay, I got
Yeah.
you. Okay. Yeah, that's okay, right.
I've got to root for somebody. I've got to root for
Yeah.
somebody, and obviously I
You
root
brought
for the
him in.
Jets. But I wind up watching Happy Days in the second quarter, so that's what happened.
Quick, right? You got to
Yes,
keep
but the only problem with Happy
DVR
Days,
ready.
they were good, but when Joni met Chachi, not into it. I could care less. I
went
like
downhill when Chachi came in, right?
Joni and Chachi. What about you?
Didn't they have the first, the brother? Didn't he have like an older brother the first season?
Richie Cunningham, yeah. In the first
Yeah,
season, he had
there
an
was like
older
an older
brother.
brother, right?
That was
Yeah,
the first season
those
was
ones were
funky.
good.
I started getting. I like season
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Fonzie was cool in the first season, right? He didn't say much, and he kind of just hung out
Right,
on motorcycles.
he was quiet,
yeah. Then it got like when he jumped the shark, right? That was, it was
Right.
all
So
over.
that's my football. So anyway, today we're going to be talking about football. Are you ready? Because this is the next Bullseye Top 100. Hit it, Mr. Music.
This is the Bullseye Top 100.
And that's right. This is the Bullseye Top 100. And today, We're talking about tight ends. I won't
Wow,
say what I'm about.
position.
I was thinking because my sense of humor is in the gutter. But yes, we're talking about tight ends, the greatest tight ends of all time.
Now that's like a unsung position, right? You don't hear about tight ends. You hear about quarterback, of course. You hear the running back, the wide receiver, Jim Rice. Not Jim Rice, the other Rice.
All right,
the guy
well, now
from the
you're a
49ers.
football fan. We know in the windows of the 70s and the 80s. So I'm sure some tight ends pop up in your head, right?
Well, back then, they
Fred
were big.
Arbanis,
They were big.
people like that.
Yeah.
Weren't you a big
The one
Fred
I did
Arbanis?
Urbanus. That was it. Well, I had the pink eye. Remember that time, The Great Adventure, and I was
So,
I was like rubbing my eyes and like putting my hands in the Italian ice, and
hey, see,
I probably passed it on to
yes, so if
1,000
anybody got
people.
sick when he worked there, it's the statute of limitations. Yes, he was.
My hands would
He
be
was rubbing
bleeding.
ice
Right,
funk in
scooping it.
Italian ice. Right. Fred Arbanis, the one-eyed tight end.
That is funny.
He was one of your favorites
yeah,
of all
back-
time, right? Fred Arbanis?
Yeah, exactly. How can you not like a one-eyed guy, right? I mean, no, they were big back then, the tight ends, because they were big back. Now, I mean, they were physically big, right? I mean, they were as
And
big
how
as
many
the linemen,
passes
so
were
they
thrown
hard
to him?
tackle.
How many passes were thrown to him in a game? 1, 2 in those days? Maybe.
A couple. They had a couple. They always
kinda-
like broke through for big yards, though, right? Back then, like the tight end, I could always see him lumbering down the middle of the field.
Yes.
it seems, didn't it?
Who was
Right.
the
I mean-
Packer tight end in the championship years?
Marv
Mr. Packer.
Fleming.
Marv
Marv
Fleming. You also played for the Miami Dolphins. Am I right? I am.
You are right. You are right.
Marv?
Well, they were all like they would lumber, right? The tight ends. There was no speed back then. They would just kind of just lumber down the field like John Mackey
Like
and
Texas Pete
run up.
Lamons of the New York Jets.
Yeah,
As they
he's
call
Lamon.
him. So let's.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
I'm thinking of
Lamons
wide
and what we're
receiver.
going
He was
to.
tight
No, he
end?
was a tight end. Yeah, number 87, Pete Lamon. It was George
Yeah,
Sauer
yeah.
and Don Maynard were the wide
That's right.
receivers,
That's right. That's
and
right.
Texas
Oh, yeah.
Pete Lamons was the tight end, and
Yeah,
Matt
that's
Snell
right.
and Emerson Boozer. Anyway, we'll talk about that in
You know
another
them
show.
all.
Well,
They're still living in that
we're going to
year,
have
I
a
think.
misery
Yeah.
show. We're going to talk about the Jets' worst losses of all time.
You're living in
gonna
'69
be-
still, I think. You didn't get out of it yet.
Okay, you know what time it is now? It's time
time?
for our trivia question. Hit it!
And now it's time for the Bullseye Trivia Question of the Day.
All right, this is our trivia question today on this episode of Bullseye the Podcast. These are hard. I don't know if you can handle these. These are football ones.
Okay, I'll try.
You want to try? I don't want to get them. Here's how about one.
I'll take a shot.
Here we go. 1932, the Boston Braves entered the NFL. Then
Wait, they were in NFL?
the Boston
Boston
Braves entered the NFL in 1932.
Okay.
See, our objective here is to educate people, not just yell at them and say this football player should be the MVP because somebody we don't care about that. We're here to educate. Now, here we go. The Boston Braves entered the NFL in 1932. They changed their name in 1937. What was the name after 1937?
All right, I'm going to. Who's the Boston? The Boston Patriots. How's that for a crazy?
Well,
guess?
here's a hint. They moved out of Massachusetts and New England.
They moved out. Boston wasn't in Massachusetts. I mean, wasn't in New England. Wait a minute, what are you talking-
So they moved out of New England. Let's say they moved out of New England, and they moved to this place, which became iconic, and recently it's had major problems because of it. Not because of it, but.
Oh man!
All right, I'll give you a hint.
Give me
Ready?
another hint. Come on.
Sonny Jurgensen.
The Boston Redskins.
The Washington Redskins.
Oh, they changed their name from Boston.
From
I thought the
Boston, but
nickname
this
was
trivia
changed.
question. See, I told you it was hard.
Oh, okay. Oh, they became the Washington Redskins. Okay.
Well, then
education.
we'll do
Okay.
easy ones, but that again was our
right,
trivia
all right.
question of the day. I thought that was
That was a good
now
one.
people know. So now, listen to this: if it was the Boston Braves, would they still be the Boston Braves, or would they
Oh
be
yeah, because you
the
got
Boston
the Braves,
football
the
team?
Indians.
Would they be?
Yeah,
the
you got the Indian thing, right? And then
Right.
the Braves are Indian, and the Redskins. What's wrong with the Redskins anyway?
Well,
is that a
I don't know
negative
why
term?
they
I don't
stopped
get
at the Redskins. Now, what happened to the Atlanta Braves and the other teams? Now, did they take a break, or what are we doing?
Is because your skin is red?
Well,
that's
obviously,
what it comes
it's
down to?
right. It's a pejorative or whatever it is to them. But my point is, if you're going to do it, why are you stopping at the Redskins? Let's go. Knock them all down. Boom, boom, boom. Get rid of them all. There should be no Braves.
If you do one, why not get them all down, right? Yeah.
Right.
I hear you. Yeah.
All
Red Sox? Anything with color?
Who knows? Let's not get political. Please,
everything.
I'll start yelling.
You're saying everything.
I'll start
White
yelling.
Sox.
All right, so here we're going to go.
Okay.
Top 25, not picked by Bullseye, but I kind of concur. Unfortunately, there's some modern players because we do hate football today. Not really. But we're going to go down top 25, okay? And this is based on the NFL yard breaker, okay? He's had a great last season. He probably will continue having some great seasons. Plays for the San Francisco 49ers, George Kittle.
George Kittle, I really don't have anything to say about him, except for Kerry Kittles used to play on the Nets.
On the Nets. Well, that's good. That's great. Yeah. He's a 2019 All-Pro tight end, one of the toughest players to rank on the list. It says here he set a record of position with 1,377 receiving yards, a lot, and followed that up with 85 catches and 1,000 yards last season.
For 1 year?
I mean, they're basing this on 1 year. It's kind of lame. I mean, come on.
It's not career. It's a 1 year thing.
Listen, I'm just reading what's on.
Well, we got to deal with it, so who's 24?
Whatever. They love him, I guess, whatever. Yeah. Charles Young. You remember Charles Young?
Charles Young, I remember him. That was, what year was that, 70s,
Young
80s?
started his career as an All-Pro, dominated a few Pro Bowls with the Eagles in 1973.
Oh, Eagles.
Young posted 55 receptions for 854 yards and 6 touchdowns. But then he played for San Francisco. How the hell did he get on this list?
The Eagles were pretty bad back then, so he was probably the star of the team, right?
Well, I mean,
they were pretty pathetic.
I haven't thought about him once since he retired. So
it's the first time I heard him since 73.
I didn't even know he existed. I mean, basically. Yeah. Well, he's on there. So whoever's an Eagle fan, congratulations.
They made the list.
All right, here we go. Ready? Now, here's a guy that I know he had one good game, but Mark Bavaro, number 23. You put him up there?
Oh, he was hard to tackle. He was real hard to tackle. Mark Bavaro, he was. I thought he
won
top
2
10.
Super Bowls. His best season came in '86. He had 66 catches and 1,000 receiving yards. That was big.
I thought he was excellent.
All right.
Yeah, he took 3 guys to take him down.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah, I guess he was good. Yeah. Who am I to say? Yeah. Bavaro ended his 10-year career with 351 receptions, 4,733 receiving yards, and 39 touchdowns. Mark Bavaro.
He was good.
Makes the Bullseye list at number 23.
All right.
Now he goes to autograph sessions and nobody shows up. Whatever, I guess.
2-2.
All right.
Who's 22?
Here's 22 is Dallas Clark.
Oh, okay.
Played with Peyton Manning, right? Right? Played with Peyton Manning, 2000s, in the 2000s.
Yeah, he was tough. He was a big dude, right?
Yeah, number 44, I assume. I don't think I guess they're all big. Clark posted 100 catches for 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns on his way to his only All-Pro team. He set a career high with 11 touchdowns in 2007 and won the Super Bowl with the Indianapolis Colts in 2016. He finished his career with 505 catches, 53 touchdowns, and he makes the list.
Yeah, that's good stats. Yeah, he's deserving good. A top 20.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Oh, here's a guy. This brings back memories. Jerry Smith.
Oh, Cardinals, right?
No, Redskins. You're thinking of Jackie Smith with the Cardinals.
I'm thinking of Jackie. Yeah, Redskins. Okay.
He died of AIDS, right? He died of AIDS, Jerry Smith?
Did he die of AIDS?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Now we're talking, early 70s, late 60s, right?
So I guess he came out of the closet. Well, he was the one who came out, right?
Well, not many NFL guys, not many came out. So that's
I think
Jackie Smith, actually. I think Jackie Smith was
Jerry Smith died of AIDS. Maybe, I don't know. They weren't related. Right?
No, they weren't.
They
But
weren't.
I think Jackie, something there. I think he came out too. But it took a lot of courage.
Jackie
back then
Smith
to
was
do
the guy
that.
who dropped the. Remember the easy touchdown from Roger Staubach and hit him right in the pads. Remember that?
Yep. I remember that. I remember his reaction.
Yeah, right. He was like slapped his hands and stuff. He was. So yeah, I remember that. That was one of the classic
his body in the
foibles
air.
in football history. Smith, they say one of the best ever in the position, posted a career high of 67 receptions,
Yeah, he was very good,
849 receiving yards, and 12 touchdowns in 67.
Okay.
It was the year of the
All right.
Packers. And
That's
then
back
made the
then.
All-Pro
That
team with
was
54 catches, 682 yards, and 9 scores in 69. Played his entire career for Washington. And he posted 421 receptions, 5,500 yards, and 60 touchdowns. Way to go, Jerry Smith.
That's impressive.
You know, we
That's
should come up with like,
Better than I
I should
thought.
come up with a medal or award with like the Bullseye, and then I'll mail it to their families.
Yeah, that would be
That they
good.
make
You're
the
right.
list.
Who's ever number one? The
All right,
number
we're going
one.
to get
or
to
the
number
top
one. Don't
25.
worry. We're getting now with
Okay.
number 20. Here we go. Jay Novacek.
Jay Novacek. Wow. I know the name.
Dallas
Is that Beard?
Cowboys,
He
of
played for?
course. Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys. There you go. I
He
knew it was
played in
Midwest.
the Aikman years, right?
Okay.
90
yeah.
from maybe not from 91 to 95. He was arguably the best tight end in the NFC, posting 280 catches and nearly 3,000 yards, helping the Cowboys to win 3 Super Bowls.
Nice. Okay. All right.
All
Good.
right, and then
I
prior
go
to
along with
arriving
it.
in Dallas in '90, Novacek played for the then St. Louis Phoenix Cardinals. I knew that.
Well, you turned the Cowboys around, and would they get rid of him to go to the Cardinals? That's interesting. Then they
No,
were
well,
good, right?
prior he was with the Cardinals. He was traded to. The
Oh, okay.
That's
Traded
right.
to
He
the
played with
Cowboys.
with Jimmy Johnson. He was on that team, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
All right.
They
Well,
had
here's a
great
name
run.
that I forgot about for obvious reasons. Riley Odoms. You know Riley Odoms?
Now you got to be talking 1930s. What year is
No, Riley Odoms played for the Broncos in the 70s. Number 88.
it? Oh.
Played with
I
Floyd
didn't pay
Little, I
attention
think.
to
He
the
might have
AFC
played.
back then.
Might have played with Floyd
I was
Little.
I was an NFC guy, so
Oh, you were NFL, of
Broncos,
course. NFL, you know.
they were like,
right, of
you know,
course.
they're like the Buffalo Bills. You know, who was the tight end of the Buffalo Bills back then? You know, who knows, right? It's like the
well, let me look,
the
if we had an
Broncos tight
intern-
end. You think I know who that is? The Broncos tight end from 1975.
Well, I remember
Come on.
Riley Odoms. I think he played with Craig Morton, and he played on that team that played for, I think, am I right? 1973 and 74, he posted 85 catches for 1,268 yards and 13 touchdowns.
Impressive. Okay.
Odoms
All right.
registered
That's
396 receptions, 5,755 yards, and 41 touchdowns in his career.
Wow.
Coming in at number
41.
19, it's Riley Odoms.
All right. All right.
So,
All right,
all right,
Riley.
that's
Good
when
job.
that one was the Orange Crush. Those
Right, I
days.
remember that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He made the 78 Super
All right, here's
Bowl,
a guy
right?
that to me means nothing, but real football, pure football fans will say I'm off my rocker. It's Greg Olson, Carolina Panthers.
All right.
See what I mean?
Years? 2000.
You're not moved either.
Yeah. I'm not too moved by it.
One of
Not
the
too moved.
tougher tight ends to rank on the list. They say he was underrated early in his career. Olson has posted 5 seasons of at least 800 receiving yards, including 3 years
Wow.
with more than 1,000. Well, maybe I'm wrong. On his way to 718 catches and 8,444 career receiving yards.
Wow.
Obviously,
That's
I'm
a
wrong.
strong career. That's
I'm
a
an
strong
idiot.
career.
Right. It's me.
How did I miss him too?
It's not
Yeah.
him, it's me.
Okay.
Right, okay.
You.
Ben Coates. This I think this is under the Parcell those Parcell years with New England, right? Ben
Is that a
Coates.
Giant? Is that a Giant?
No, New
Talking about
England
the Giants?
New England
Oh, the
Patriots.
Patriots. The Patriots. Okay, during that era. Okay.
Coates was the league's
You know me,
most
I'm old school.
Yeah,
I'm
I
old
know,
school,
you're very
so I
old
don't know
school.
this guy either.
You're very
Yeah,
old
okay.
school. Just
You gotta
like
carry the ball here.
we got to get a tight end.
Come on, give me
expert
someone from
in.
1972. Get me in the game here. Give me someone from 72.
He was no
Who's that?
Jerome Barkham, but what can I tell you? Coates was the league's most dominant tight end for 2 seasons. Where were you? Earning a pair of All-Pro nominations, 94 and 95 seasons, right? That was Parcells, right, with New England. Starting in 1994, Coates was also made 5 straight Pro Bowls. caught 96 balls
Wow.
for 1,174 yards, 7 touchdowns in 94. He helped lead the Patriots to the Super Bowl in 96. I think they lost to the Packers, right, in that year, and then won a Super Bowl in his only season not in New England with the Baltimore Ravens. There you go,
All
Ben
right.
Coates.
Good
So he's pissed
Man,
at
you're
you.
an
You don't remember.
encyclopedia. You're an encyclopedia.
Oh,
He's gonna be mad
yeah,
at me for
top
not
of my,
knowing that.
whatever.
Don't tell him I didn't know about him.
This guy was real good. Keith Jackson, not the announcer, but the tight end. Keith.
Oh yeah, no, I
Philadelphia
remember
Eagles.
him. Yeah.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah,
Right?
he was steady. He was steady. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he would.
No
8
tight
yards,
end has
10
started
yards.
a career better than Jackson. He recorded 194 catches and more than 2,000 receiving yards in his first 3 seasons on his way to 3 All-Pro nominations.
Wow, what a start! Yeah.
Made the Pro
What a
Bowl with the
start.
Dolphins in 1992. And I'm surprised you don't know this. And the Packers in 1996.
Oh, okay. Now you say it, I remember. Now that you say it,
So he
I'm
came over
serious,
with
I
Reggie.
remember.
All right. Was Reggie White on that team?
Reggie White?
All right.
Yeah,
Jackson.
he was there.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So you should know this. Jackson helped the Packers.
now.
All right.
I know. It's
See,
all
now you
coming
know
back.
it. We'll
It's all
have another
coming back.
show. We'll do this again, and you'll know
Yeah,
it.
he was very good. He was very good.
Jackson helped the Packers win the Super Bowl in his final season in '96, and he finished his career with 441 receptions, 5,283 yards, and 49 touchdowns. Keith Jackson coming in at number 16.
There you go. Okay.
Here we go. All right, number
Gotta get
15 is
music. I
Todd.
got to get type in music.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
well, we'll get that. We got
Sorry. Don't mind me.
our man back in the studio.
Okay.
Always coming up. They
Okay.
gotta be dance music though. You know, it's gotta be hip, bouncy.
Right.
All right, we got Todd Christensen.
Oh, is that Jets?
Todd Christensen, Oakland Raiders, right? Played
Oh, it's Raiders. Okay.
Raider, number
Okay.
46.
It's going back a little bit, right? You're going back in my day a little bit there.
1980. Christensen broke
Yeah,
out
right.
in 82
Right.
and became an All-Pro in 83. He made 5 straight Pro Bowls starting the season, and again made the All-Pro team in 1985. Christensen posted.
Seems like five years is the years. It seems like they don't get super longevity, right? These tight ends.
No.
Seems like they get like a 5 or 6 year run.
Well, they're getting
Am I right?
banged. They're getting banged by everybody, really. Just somebody's
That's what I
taking
mean.
a shot
They
at
get,
them.
they get killed. Yeah, right.
Everyone's
Right,
getting
they're
a pop.
blocking every-
The defensive end
Right,
hits
but they're
them. A
blocking.
linebacker will come up, and they're going to block a blitz or whatever. And
Yeah, right. So like it's
Jimmy
offensive
Graham.
tackle.
Jimmy Graham is number 14. I mean, if you know,
All right, I'm blank on that.
the Saints. He plays with Seattle, I think. I think he plays for Seattle, but he made his career with the Saints.
All right, that's probably why I don't know.
He was
Okay.
an absolute star
Wow.
in New Orleans. Posted 4 straight seasons with at least 80 catches. And
I'm sure.
See, if he's not on the
Yeah.
Packers, you don't know him at this point, right? At least 800 catches, and led the NFL
Well,
with 16
I won't get into
touchdowns.
that. Won't get
He
into that. Yeah.
led the NFL with 16 touchdowns in 2013. Yeah, well, there you go.
Okay.
He made number
That's good.
14.
Well,
Goes
we're
to
top
show you.
14, so I assume they're all
It
good from
goes
now
to
on.
show you.
know?
It goes to show.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
dude here, Travis Kelce, who plays now with Kansas City. They got him already.
Oh,
These
okay.
guys
The
just
current
came up.
guy.
They're the greatest already. I mean, the
Wow,
top
they
of
got
all
him already
time. They played 2
13?
years.
All right.
I'm getting annoyed.
Skip that.
It's no, let's look at the old guys.
I
All
don't-
right. It's a different game now. They throw to the tight ends now. They didn't throw to the tight ends back in the
Well,
day.
there's speed. They got speed, these tight ends.
Right,
They
right.
jump, all that. They leap up to get the ball.
They wear
hurdle over
gloves.
people.
They're wearing gloves.
They wear the gloves.
Oh,
yeah,
dear.
all that stuff, right. No more stick 'em.
So our
Get the glove.
people who follow football, our many fans, especially those in Australia and Denmark, will know that.
Well, they got Australian football, so, I
Oh,
can see
yes.
them like
Hey,
in
how
the
about we do
NFL,
a
right?
show on Australian rules football? I want to know why the referee makes that hand signal. Where he points to 2
What-
fingers and goes, You ever see that?
Oh, is that what they do?
When they kick,
No.
they
I
kick
gotta-
the
I
ball,
gotta
instead of
check it
putting
out.
your hands up in the air, when like you kick a extra
The
point,
2 hands up.
he takes like
Yeah.
his 2 fingers and he like points.
Oh, that means good? The 2
Yeah,
points?
that's like saying
The 2-finger
you're
point?
good, you're good,
Okay.
you're good. I don't know. They point.
Really? Okay.
They point
That's
to
the
2
way
fingers.
they do it.
Australian
All
rules, it's like rugby.
Yeah, it's like
Makes
a combination,
makes
right?
0
Rugby,
sense to me. It's on TV. Makes 0 sense.
I don't
to
watch
me.
it, bro. I don't watch it.
All right.
but-
Well, this guy Kelsey,
curious. I'm curious.
He'll be around for a number of years, so he might make number one eventually, probably. Here's Jackie Smith, the man who dropped the football.
There he is. There he is. Wow. He's
number
that high.
12. Number 81, okay. Jack. What was his problem?
Well, he was a star back in our day in the 70s. He was the guy, right? Cardinals went over to the Cowboys, and he dropped that pass. He's known for that drop, right? Yeah. It's almost like being known like Buckner, known for the error. I think Jackie's known for that miss because it's comical. Any listeners, check that. It's funny if you YouTube
He's probably
that.
Hated.
Really
He's probably hated by some people.
Oh, I think he got death threats from that. Cause I think that was a big play too, right? And it was like wide open.
Is he
cut to the middle.
now? I mean, is he nuts or?
I don't know. I think he kind of disappeared. I think he kind of lost it. I think that was all over after that. And he's an all-star.
He may be nuts. Maybe in Florida, just like rocking somewhere. He won 5 Pro Bowls and 67. Smith recorded 56 receptions, 21 yards per catch. 21 yards per catch as a tight end.
That's crazy.
On his way to 1,200 yards, he also had a career high 9 touchdowns that year. Blah, 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 but he dropped the ball. So he comes in at number 12.
For the drop.
But he did something right. He came in at number 12.
He'd probably be one if he didn't drop it. I bet he'd be one if he didn't drop that. Right?
I should do when they
Jackie,
come in.
I hope you're not listening to this.
He came in at number 12.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Ozzie Newsome, he went to Alabama.
Oh, now we're getting to some guys. Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, he played his entire career for the Browns. Played his entire career for the Browns.
I thought he'd be higher. Yeah, he put some big numbers in. I bet if you check those out.
He was the best tight end in the 1980s. Made the All-Pro in '84 with 89 catches, 1,000 receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns. Newsome also reached the 1,000-yard receiving mark in 1981. He surpassed 700 receiving yards 5 times and made 3 Pro Bowls. Became inducted in the Hall of Fame in '99 as a general manager of the Ravens, right? I guess he still is. And he built the team. He's good. He knows players. He's one of the players that succeeded in the management level. All right.
Well, he had the name too. He had the name
Ozzie. Yes,
you gotta love an Ozzie, right?
Great name.
Ozzie Smith, Ozzie Osbourne, Ozzie.
Yes.
Whatever this guy's last name was. I forgot his last name, but I know he was.
Yeah, up his Ozzie Osbourne.
I'm not a fan, but I mean, you know the name, right? I mean, who doesn't remember the name?
Ozzie Osbourne. There's nothing about Ozzie Osbourne I like.
I got off topic.
All right, Dave Casper, number 9.
Oh, I love Dave Casper, Oakland Raiders. He was great. Number, what was he, 80?
Number 87.
87. Oh, Darryl LaMonica.
He had a great 4-year run, right, with All-Pro team.
Ken Stabler. He was clutch, too. He was clutch. He made all the big catches. He always lumbered for like 10 or 20 yards.
Remember that pass by Stabler? He caught it like over his shoulder, or he turned his back or something. Remember that?
Yeah, right.
It was almost like a Willie Mays type of catch, right?
Yeah.
That was in the playoffs, right? Was that against the Steelers?
Yeah. Might have been. They were always in the championship.
That might have been the game they lost. That might have been an immaculate reception game. I don't know. Who knows?
Maybe.
But he made the All-Pro in 76 through 79. Right. And he's in the Hall of Fame. So he comes in at number 9, Dave Casper. Ooh, it's getting exciting. Here's a guy that I guess he was good. Just Shannon Sharp.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Shannon Sharp.
Packers. He was tough.
Oh yeah. Now was he better with the Packers or no? That was his brother Sterling Sharp. Played for the Packers.
Was it Shannon on the Packers?
Shannon played for the Broncos.
Oh, Broncos. Okay, I'm thinking of Sterling.
You're thinking of Sterling, right?
Was that his brother? They were brothers.
Shannon Sharp. Yes, they're brothers. Absolutely.
They were both monsters.
He's on the show. He's got his own show. He's got the world's biggest mouth. You ever see his mouth?
Is that Shannon Sharp?
You could throw a football through it.
Okay.
Shannon Sharp as a receiver, no denying Sharp was one of the best tight ends of all time. He made 4 All-Pro teams, posting 3 1,000-yard seasons. In 1996 and 1998, Sharp scored 10 touchdowns. He made 3 of his All-Pro squads from 96 to 98. Leading receiver in the Super Bowl champion Ravens as well. Sharp had 9 seasons of at least 700 receiving yards, on his way to 815 receptions and more than 10,000 yards in his career. Inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2011. See, only on
Who
the
does?
Bullseye Podcast.
Yeah. No, he was
Shannon
great. He
Sharp,
was
let's
great.
get an interview with him.
That's great. How do we let's get a hold of him?
I have a bone to pick with
Shannon,
him.
come on.
I have a bone
because of
to
the
pick
Jets?
with him. A bone.
Okay. You got a
All
bone.
right.
All right.
I got a bone to pick.
Pick it on
I
here.
won't tell you. I got a bone to pick. I got a bone to pick with
All right,
everybody.
got me in suspense. I'm in suspense.
Jason
All right, who's
Witten.
next?
Jason Witten.
Jason Witten of that was recent times, right? Within the
Well,
last
yeah, I
15
think he's
years?
still playing. I haven't watched this year really much.
Who did he play for? I
Dallas
mean, I know who
Cowboys.
he is.
Yeah, Dallas
Okay.
Cowboys.
Oh yeah.
He retired and
he
came
was
back.
I'm a Packer fan, as everyone, most people know, and he used to kill the Packers. He used to make that
well,
clutch
listen to
catch all
this.
the time.
He's old as the hills now, right? From 2004 to 2009, Witten averaged more than 80 catches and 900 receiving yards per season, which has rarely been done by any other tight end over a single span. He recorded 2 All-Pro seasons, and he's still going.
Yeah.
Good for him.
That's longevity for a tight end, rare.
That's right.
Okay, yeah.
Right, number 7.
Great. Yeah.
All right, here, number 6 is Antonio Gates.
For who?
He plays for the Chargers, but we don't care about him, so let's move on. Mike Ditka, number 9. Mike Ditka, number 5.
Wow. I mean, his stats, he was like 50s, 60s. Were his stats good enough?
You know, he retired almost 50 years ago.
Well, back in that was late 60s, 70s. I mean, he was the best tight end in the league.
Ditka burst
did he
onto
throw
the
numbers
scene
up?
as a rookie to record 56 catches and 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns in 61. The yardage, touchdowns, and yards per catch average has
61.
posted the seasons turned out to be career highs. He made 5 straight Pro Bowls and began his career with 2 All-Pro teams in 63 and 64. And during his first 5 seasons, he posted more than 4,000 yards and 32 touchdowns, which would have been incredible numbers for a wide receiver. Never mind a tight end.
Yeah, he was ahead of his time.
Yeah, for a big guy. Then, of course, he went to Dallas, right? And
I think so, right?
Right. So he's won. We've had a trivia question with us. He's won a championship as a coach with the Bears, assistant with the Cowboys, and as a player. So 3 times.
And he was an announcer too. He's a pretty good announcer,
yes.
right? He was fun to
now
listen to.
he's persona non grata because he's pro flag. So they're kind of throwing him out because the NFL is.
He's got to be up there
worst.
too, right? I mean, he's not too young. He's not too young anymore, right? He's got to be like.
He's
80.
up there. He made his money. He was on TV for years. He uses Aspirin or something, TV commercial, whatever he's using. He's rubbing something on for pain. Anyway, Kellen Winslow, number 4.
Wait, 4? Who's 4?
Kellen Winslow, San Diego.
Kellen
Chargers.
Winslow. Oh, yeah.
Chargers.
No,
He was real good.
He was 80s. We're talking. He was the first supersonic.
Right, supersonic
dude,
tight end. He was like one of the fast
sleek,
guys,
strong,
right? Sleek, right?
Leaping, the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
he
well,
was unstoppable.
he was good. 1980 and 81, he led the NFL with 89 and 88 receptions, respectively. His team never advanced to the Super Bowl, but Winslow was part of an offense that began transforming the NFL. That was with Dan Fouts, right? That was that
was a high-powered offense.
That was Air Coryell, right? Air Coryell.
Yeah, that was a fun team. Yeah.
Finished his career with 541 receptions, 6,700 yards, and 45 touchdowns. Number 3, because we're over on our time. But we really don't care because
management's
we
not
call
like
our own
you.
shots.
Management's not like you.
You know, management. I'm up to here with management. Up to here. Bullseye, I do not take direction.
I put a dig in.
No, just don't look.
Put a dig in.
Some days you can't even look at me. Rob Gronkowski. I'm kind of sick of him. I have to admit I'm kind of sick of him, and I don't think he's been thrown to a lot this year. Tampa Bay, so that's what I've been.
Yeah, that's right. He came back.
Keeping him under wraps here.
Yeah, well, he's older too. Maybe he can't. He's not the young Gronkowski.
All right. Well,
anymore.
he made number 3. Good for him.
He was tough.
Here's the man. I know you love him. John Mackey. John Mackey, number 2.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was 2 or 1. He's 2. Okay.
Number 2. I was so afraid of him going into Super Bowl 3. Oh, we're going to stop John Mackey.
No, he was. Yeah. Well, he used to carry guys on his back. Remember?
Yeah.
I mean, he had some issues later. He was one of the first guys that had that the dementia from the too many hits, too many concussions. He was one of the first guys, and he was like the head of the NFL Players Association for all those years.
Right.
Kind of tragical, and he was such a great player. Number 88, couldn't tackle him.
And they never used him in Super Bowl III that much. That's one thing. And when I analyze, I'm a Jet fan, so obviously I was happy they won. But when you look at the highlights, they really didn't use him much. I mean, the Colts really they screwed that game up. That game was a mess for them.
A guy like that,
Joe Willie got in their head. That's why.
I mean, how do you not throw to a guy like that 18 times a game?
I don't know.
When okay, let's go to Mackey. Let's go to Mackey again. Let's keep going. Right. Instead of, all right, let's go to him twice the whole game.
He used to bang people.
Well, you were happy about that.
That's why, we won. We won.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Right. And you're still living in the...
That was 44 years ago, whatever it was.
Still talking about it. I love it. Yeah.
No, it was 50 years ago. What am I talking? It was 51 years ago. 69, Alvon. Don't get me depressed.
Go 15 years
don't
with
get me
one
depressed.
title after that?
Don't get me depressed.
Who's won?
I'll have to put on my
49ers?
Joe Namath on the Brady Bunch reruns. That's what makes me feel good. I used to watch.
Just keep replaying it over.
I keep playing that when Joe was a star. All right, here we go. Number one, Tony Gonzalez. I think we all knew that. Blah, blah, blah. There he goes. Never won a playoff game, though. You know that?
What was his stats? Like, 1,200 yards passing? What was his numbers? Give me your number
Gonzalez amassed an incredible 6 All-Pro nominations and 14 Pro Bowls during his 17-year career. Wow, both of which as tight end records made the All-Pro team in 3 different decades, which exemplifies his incredible dominance and longevity, right? You got to give it to him.
Wow.
Big props.
Got to give it to him.
He gets the bullseye snap. He gets the
17 years. You got to get one. If you're 17 years great, I mean, you're by far number one. I mean, he's not even in number 2. I mean, he's like secretary.
No, right.
He's
Secretary. He's Babe Ruth. Yeah, he also had 14 years with more than 70 catches. He could have easily He could have kept playing too. He retired. He was still in shape and could have played. His final numbers were some of the best for any pass catcher in NFL history, let alone a tight end. 1,325 catches, 15,000 receiving yards, 111 touchdowns. He remains third all-time in receptions and 6th in receiving yards in NFL history. Congratulations, Tony Gonzalez. You have made number 1 in the Bullseye Top 100.
You got to give him the award, man. Get the Bullseye Award. You got to every time you do this. You got to.
Once we get the budget from the management and.
Thank you.
I'm waiting for the money now to go to Australia. I gotta get.
Well, I hear this press release is coming out, right? I mean, we're gonna get some. Give me Africa. I want Africa next.
I gotta get.
Bring Africa in.
Gonna go Africa.
Get the Congo in.
Going.
Please, yes.
Right.
I'm gonna. Then we made it if we could get in there. Right?
Well, we'll go to Zaire. We'll go to Zaire to celebrate.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. I'll see you down under. See you next show. Getting better all the time, and remember, the best is still yet to come.